Hi, so if you've been following us on YouTube, you'll know that we've been for a little while now developing the remap for the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. This is a bike that we've had quite a lot of demand for, and we've managed to steal or borrow from a very good friend of ours, and he's given us carte blanche to do whatever development we want on this bike. He's already fitted a D-cart and an Acra end can, and this is what we're going to set this bike up for. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. It'll keep you abreast of anything new that we've got coming up, and believe me, we've got some really good projects in the pipeline. So when we start to develop a remap for a bike, we always start by running the bike on the dyno and logging every aspect of engine function. On this particular bike, there's two standout pieces of data that we acquired. Was that it was very lean. It's a Euro 5 bike, it's always going to run lean. But secondly, that Kawasaki actually pull the throttle at a higher RPM. So even if you've got the throttle pinned, the ECU will start to close the throttle plate. You can see here that the throttle angle is closed by the ECU when you start to build up RPM, even though the throttle opening is held at 100%. When an engine runs this lean, it's always going to compromise power and rideability. Just to show you how lean the bike is actually running, I've just pulled up three plots here. The green plot is at 15% throttle, the blue plot is at 60% throttle, and the red plot is at 100% throttle or wide open throttle. And as you can see, at 15% it's actually running over about 15 to 1 AFR. Even at wide open throttle, it never actually gets as rich as we'd like it for the best performance and the best throttle response. The blue line there at 60%, if you're riding the bike at 60%, you open the throttle up, you're going to get a little bit of latency because of how lean the bike's running. So the first thing that we do is we optimize the fueling. This not only liberates a lot of power, it increases the rideability of the bike, it improves throttle response and eliminates throttle latency. We also eliminated the throttle restrictions that Kawasaki had programmed into the ECU. What we started with was a bike with compromised throttle response, and it had a peaky output. The bike made maximum power of 133 brake horsepower at the back wheel, but only maintained that for about 500 RPM. We ended up with a bike that was much nicer to ride. The throttle response is actually fantastic on this bike now, and we made 140 brake horsepower at the back wheel. Not only that, but we achieved what the standard bike was making at 8,500 RPM. The bike then goes on to produce 140 brake horsepower at the back wheel, but it maintains that from about 9,000 RPM all the way through to about 10.5 or all the way through to red line. That about wraps it up for the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. We hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments or there's a particular bike that you want us to develop, drop it in the comment section below. But please do hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we've got some really good stuff in the pipeline.